5 minutes quickly to present our latest project in Neom, which is Triam. It's a hotel, it's a bridge. And I believe in Saudi Arabia, once you want to push the bar, this is a good example because we managed to get, Neom, they managed to get two architects together. So when the competition happened a year and a half ago, there was from the submissions, two bridges submitted. One by us and one by Mark Foster. And accordingly, Neom, they came to us and said, why not you guys joined efforts and deliver the project together? And that was kind of a first challenge because most of us here, some of us are architects, and we know whenever it comes to architecture, Andy, am I right? It comes with ego. And, but at the end of the day, we teamed up because we wanted this project to be moving on. It had a lot of challenges, and so the location of the project, what you see in white is the Line project in Gulf Al-Aqaba in Neom. And this is the project located at this bay in here, which is gonna be the first project. It's gonna be developed across the whole Gulf Al-Aqaba. So it's kind of a gate. And there was kind of a challenge because what you see around from the site morphology and site typology is totally different from your resource destination around the world. So this is the site, and what's going to happen in Gulf Al-Aqaba, they're going to be a dedicated 12 projects that they were announced, and then the rest is going to remain as it is. So they're going to be protecting it. And as you can see, whenever you talk about resorts, there is always, everybody is fighting against the 4 hours flight. So whoever will target the 4 hours flight, he will imagine that he's going to become a destination. So the location of Neom from Europe, so from the north and from the south, it's adding value to it. But one of the challenges that you're going to be competing with the following images. So we know Seychelles, we know Maldives, we know Hawaii, Bali, and you don't need architecture in such environments. So the environment itself, nature itself, it is the architecture by itself. Then we reach to Gulf Al-Aqaba. In Gulf Al-Aqaba, yes, the water is amazing, but again, to have a virgin land, the landscape is totally different. The greenery, it doesn't exist, but the marine life, it's there. You have a lot of potential for activities where I need to press. So there's a lot of potential for water activities, and you can see the scenery in the background that whenever you're gonna put an architectural project in there, you really need to be careful because you're gonna stand out whatever you do. And this is you can see the projects in the background that sits in there. And this is the site. One of the challenges of the site that the lagoon is very shallow. So in reality, you don't have, you can't build the standard, normal, conventional resort around the bay because you're gonna walk all the 120 meters until you reach for a proper water that you can swim. So accordingly, the idea is to build the bridge on top of the bay to get closer, and then at the same time to create the gate for all Gulf Al-Aqaba. So that's where the whole idea started. On the right, we have the lagoon, which is very shallow, and we need to know something in Neom. They're very protective for the environment, so it's very tough. And any dredging that's going to happen in any place, they take it really serious. Approvals are difficult unless it comes from the top. It's not going to happen because they have a mandate, and the mandate is coming from the top about the environmental. So you can't say that we're going to be sustainable and protect the environment. On the other side, you go and dredge such a beauty. So the architecture there with such landscape, it has to be timeless, enchanting, the context, show the future, at the same time, motions and emotions, the panorama, show the passion. The architecture is gonna create passion. It's like you have all this mountain morphology that it is an architecture by itself. And you're gonna come and then compete with it. So the folded mass that we used, it's a gateway, it's an infinity that we're looking for, and at the same time, it's like you have that kind of a contrast, which is the metallic approach on the project material. So this is the project. It's gonna be the longest 450-meter suspended pool, and you can see 90% of the rooms, they are in the bridge. So on the right side, you have all the presidential and VIP that get you closer to the water. And on the left side, that's where you have the main arrival and the other facilities. But for such a project, you have challenges. And the challenges are structural, the guest experience from the drop-off to the room is another challenge. And accordingly, inside the bridge, there is a kind of a resort parkour that takes you within a buggy, so you feel that you're not inside a building, because you don't want to be in a hospital corridor, which is 450 meters long. So that corridor is 16 meters wide on a triple height, and have that kind of resort experience with the skyline. And with a bridge like that, the more you create opening, the more the project structure will not work. And this is another challenge, because like if you see bridges around the world that have moving aspects as vehicular, in here is static and moving at the same time with the water on top. So the structure approach is totally different. So you need to be careful with openings, how you're gonna punch the concrete, and how big you can have kind of openings without affecting the guest experience, because at the end of the day, it is a guest experience when it comes to hospitality. It's no longer architecture. And this is where, as architects, you create the balance. So that's the view from the pool on top. We'll go quickly because they're gonna start shouting at me now. But then I'll take you to the movie. There's a quick one, 1 minute. It will explain the project more. You can just, yeah.